Hi, I would like to share with you the scripture is from Gospel of Matthew, chapter 26, starting with verse 36. Then comes Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and he says unto the disciples, Sit you here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then says he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry you here and watch with me. And he went a little farther, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. And he comes unto the disciples, and he finds them asleep, and he says unto Peter, What, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again the second time, and he prayed, saying, O my Father, this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, your will be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again, and he prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then comes he to his disciples, and he says unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that does betray me. Now, those scriptures right there are part of what I would want to talk about when I came into Jesus. Jesus and his moment of weakness, and most people would want to say that Jesus' moment of weakness was when he went into the temple and quote unquote trashed it because he saw people in there buying and selling sheep and doves, and changing money in the temple, and that made him lose his cool, and he's like just like like a bull in a china shop. except that except that wasn't that wasn't Jesus' moment of weakness. I mean, Jesus was angry before. I mean, if there were times when Jesus got angry, and I mean, he yeah, he's one time had to deal with a leper who came who came his way, and he basically said, Lord, if you're willing, you can make me clean. And Jesus, he I mean he he was like in a haste to get himself out of there, and he's like, okay, I will be clean. And he he was angry, but he was compassionate enough to do that one thing, and he basically tells him not to make him known, but go show yourself to the priest and offer the gift that Moses prescribed you as a testimony. And of course that person ended up proclaiming Jesus to the rest of the people. And I mean, Jesus was angry before. That wasn't the moment where he went to the temple and quote unquote trashed it was not his moment of weakness. His moment of weakness was when he was facing death, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciples, and he felt that he was so close to death that I mean he he's coming to a realization that he was going to have to drink the cup of suffering that God his Father was going to give him, to I mean that he was going to suffer and die, and he he felt like he was not going to see the light of life ever again. It was just like I mean, and he basically went 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 to the garden, went went a little further into the garden with three of his closest disciples, James, John, and Peter, and basically told him to sit and watch while I pray. And he went by himself, and he said, "Oh, my Father, if please let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." And and of course, in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus was praying so vehemently, so agonizingly, that he was sweating drops of blood from his forehead, and that's basically no medical condition where stress can make your make your blood capillaries explode, and just where like you're sweating blood from your skin. And of course, Jesus, when he was finished praying that, he goes to his three closest disciples and finds them asleep, and he said, Peter, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And he goes off and prays again to the Father, and said, "Oh, my Father, if you'll not let this cup pass me, except that I drink it, let your will be done." And we all have moments of weakness. We all have moments where we're going to feel like we're going to fall into temptation. Jesus in that moment turned that moment of weakness into a moment of strength, where he basically turned to God the Father, and he basically prayed for God's will to be done in his life. He was sent to die for people's sins, and he knew that's moment of strength to get through this ordeal that he saw the joy that was set before him, so he needed strength to endure the cross and to despise its shame, because he had to embrace what he was doing, because it meant salvation for people, and it also would mean that he would be resurrected from the dead when Father sees his work being accomplished, and is satisfied with the with what his son has done by pouring out his soul unto death. The thing I want to bring up is that we all going to face our moment of weakness, where we're going to fall into temptation, and that's where we need to pray, and we need to turn to God the Father, pray for strength, and Paul the Apostle says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to man. But God is faithful; He'll not let you be tempted beyond what you are able, but will with the temptation make a way of escape, so you may be able to bear it." So we need to turn to God the Father, like Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane, where pray for strength to endure the hardships that we're going to face, and let God's will be done. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to share with you in this video. So have a good day. May God bless you.